Hi guys, Dr. Snippers here, and welcome to my review of the awesome Chase Collector's set. Now, this set is very popular at the moment, but becoming increasingly hard to find, and you can buy it from Forbidden Planet at a price of $39.99. I received this set the other day, and I also bought with it the image of the Fendel set, and I will be reviewing that soon. But today I'm obviously going to be talking about this set. Now this set features two First Doctor Daleks and a awesome Mechanoid figure. Now the Daleks are reasonably similar to the Dalek included in the Dalek Collector Set 1 from the Dead Planet, but it isn't the same because they have slats in the middle body area. The Dead Planet one didn't, and it's also darker in the body area. The base is a bit, the fenders are a bit taller even, and the dome lights are a shade of orange on this, where they are clear on the Dead Planet Dalek. Obviously these Daleks will be similar to that Dalek because they were around the same era, but as we know with Daleks they evolve constantly, so you're not going to find Daleks that similar. Now I'm not sure what year this story is from. I have in mind 1964, maybe 1966. I'm pretty sure 64. Don't bother correcting me because I know I'm wrong, but it's like I'll have it in the description anyway because I'll go downstairs and look at the box later. But for now I'm going to do this set. Now I'm going to start with the Daleks, and then I will move on for the majority of the review to the Mechanoid. But before we do anything, we got to do the packaging. Okay, so I'm going to do this style of packaging review again, and we're going to start off with the front of the box. So we've got the Doctor Who logo and the First Doctor's dates and a picture of the First Doctor down the bottom next to the Chase Collector's set written there, and then going on to the right we have a picture of the Mechanoid with a flamethrower and a Dalek and the date saying 1965. Then in the top left we got a little bubble about features of the set, and there is a zoomed in picture of the features of the set, and it says it includes one Mechanoid action figure and two Dalek action figures. Worth noting that this set is yet again a 5+, and then on the back of the box in the top left we have the logo again, the classic logo. Now down the bottom we have all the first 8 Doctors' dates, with the 9th Doctor being a bit cut off, which is interesting because this is a classic set, but they're including the 9th Doctor's dates. Then we got some nice pictures on the back of the Daleks, the Mechanoids, and the Daleks battling the Mechanoids, with another bubble, some information about the Daleks and the Mechanoids and the actual episode itself, and it says the date again there next to the Mechanoid picture in the centre, showing that this episode was shown in 1965. And then on one of the sides we've just got another picture of the Dalek and a Mechanoid with the date and a features bubble again. And on the other side we have the logo at the top, a picture of a Mechanoid, the Daleks looking like they're all lined up to go to battle, and then the features bubbles again. Okay, so now that's done, we're going to take the Mechanoid away and put him down here, and we're going to focus on these Daleks. Now, these are lovely Daleks, and this whole set calls for me to rearrange my classic shelf. Sorry, the camera's wobbling because I got it on a very bad stand at the moment, and I'm trying to get a focus. There we go. Yeah. So, sorry. We got the Daleks, and as I was saying, this calls for a rearrange of my classic shelf, as my Daleks are all lined up at the moment, and I would like them to be in little groups depending on stories. I'm so tempted right now because I'm right next to the shelf to show you, but I'm saving it for the collection update, which will be done very soon, I promise. When I get round to it, I really will do it. And also I want to rearrange my classic shelf because at the moment it's covered by the 11 Doctor set at the front. I want to put them in a group because I would ideally like to get them out the main front and have the classic exclusives showing through at the back, which are lovely. But anyway, let's go on to these Daleks. Now, as you can see there, they are silver and blue for the majority of the colour. Obviously, this episode was in black and white. If we take them very far back, you can see most of the body. So we have a silver dome with orange dome lights, and then a black and white eye with the blue sort of discs on the eye stalk. Going down, we have, if I bring him forward, we have slats on the body, and this body is a dark grey colour with silver bits, and then we have the standard plunger and lots of lovely detail on that gun there. Then going down, we have the normal hemispheres on the base and the skirt of the Dalek, and down to a rather thin fender at the bottom. But apart from that, there's nothing really special about them. They're lovely Daleks though. Both, I thought they were slightly different. I thought they had different coloured lights. When I got the set, I realised that they're both the same. I thought there was a commander or something, and one was a drone or something, but I think they're the same. Not familiar with the story, but tell me if these two have ranks of any sort. But if you just want a quick comparison with the Dead Planet Dalek, I'm by no means saying they are the same Dalek, do not get me wrong. I think I made that clear a minute ago. But they are quite similar. As you can see, the Dead Planet Dalek looks shorter, maybe slightly shorter, but they are pretty similar, as you can see there. So these Daleks, as most reviewers have done in their reviews of this set, they're not taking up too much time, but they aren't special. However, I give each one a well-deserved 10 out of 10. Now, we are going to review the best part of this set, the Mechanoid figure. So, here is the Mechanoid figure. Now, a Mechanoid figure is a figure that you could say is one of the most anticipated figures ever from the classic series, by some. Others have never, ever thought, oh, I really want a Mechanoid figure. Some don't even know what a Mechanoid is. Now, me personally, I have thought once or twice that I want a Mechanoid, but it's not one of my top priorities for a classic figure, or any figure in fact. My top priorities for a figure has always been a Rory figure and a Davros from Remembrance of the Daleks. Thankfully, the awesomest one of those two has now been released. And yeah, this Mechanoid is awesome, because I always thought, when I first saw this, and when there were rumours, I was worried that they were going to do what they did with the Sontaran pods and just make it hollow inside. But it's not, and it's really awesome. It's actually reasonably heavy. So, as you can see, it's just covered in big splodges of detail. Nothing like fine, but it's awesome. So, I'm going to start with the detail and then show you the features, because this doesn't have articulation. So, the detail of this figure is nothing fine, so I'm not going to go in for a deep focus. But as you can see, we've got these triangular shapes all over the body. Some have, well, one has these little spots on. Some have grills, only really at the front though. And then at the top we've got grills all over, and quite a lot of detail on the aerial up there. As you can see, we got the detail of discs like a Dalek eye stalk, in fact, but then some circles like a relay device. It's very good up there. I've got my camera, as I mentioned, on a very weak stand, so I'm not taking anything too close and focusing because it will wobble like hell. But you can see where we are. Then we have the flamethrower arm with a piece of fiery plastic that points up at the end, and it gets lighter as it goes up. Slightly different from the one that comes with the enemies of the first Doctor set, but still awesome. And then the actual arm isn't anything special. But then down the bottom we have some nice patterning on the bottom area around the wheels, some black stripes. But that, to be honest, is all the detail, but it does look stunning, this figure. As I said before, it's actually reasonably heavy. It weighs a good weight. I can't say what it weighs, but it is very nice. And Now I'm going to show you the features. So when you get the Mechanoid in the pack, it comes like that. Just like that. But this figure has an extendable aerial, which is nice. If I can get it out, it's quite stiff. There we go. And then my one just pops out there at the top. And then, so that's one feature. Another feature is it has, sort of a feature, has 5 wheels on the bottom, all painted silver. They're not being slackish anymore, and they're actually painting the wheels. They could have just left that black like they did on the Imperial Dalek and Necros Dalek. Yes, and we have a flamethrower arm, which I'll come to in a second. But my favourite feature are the pincers on the side. These are absolutely fantastic. They go back quite far. That's how far back they go. Very thin pieces of plastic there. Looking nice at the end. With that sort of claw-like shape there. As you can see there. And these are operated by 2 tabs on the side that you pull out with your thumb, or your nail, or your finger. As you can see, the tabs there. Shall I risk a focus? Will we die? There we go. You can see that little tab there. Then you just pull them out like that. They just rest in there. Looking nice and neat in there, as you can see. And also we have the flamethrower arm. Now this piece of plastic with the fire doesn't come off, but the arm is on a ball joint, and that's its only real form of articulation. So it moves around blasting Daleks. This does come out just that simple. And in the pack we are included with this. So the arm that doesn't have a flame on it, and as many reviewers have quite rightly said, this arm does in fact retract. I don't personally want to do it because, as Batman March said in his review, I agree with him completely on this, although he got the guts to do it, but I don't want to risk pushing this arm in because, as you can see, the ball joint there, if you push too hard, I doubt it will, but knowing these figures, sometimes they don't work as intended. If that ball joint pops out, goes inside, not only will it rattle, but you've lost your Mechanoid. Well, a Mechanoid without an arm. And that, to be honest to me, is 40 quid down the drain, because what's the point, really? I know you could get around it, but it'd bug me forever, and I'd hate myself. But anyway, yes, just a word of warning, do not try pushing your flamethrower arm in. That does not designed to do that. If you do that, you're screwed because you're smashing up your Mechanoid. But as you can see, the non-flamethrower arm is much thinner. Well, that's going to be hard to get, isn't it? It went down the side. Oh, I got it. Went down the side of my shelves. Alright, the non-flamethrower arm doesn't have all that patterning on, making it a lot thinner. But apart from that, this Mechanoid has no other features. However, what it does have is fantastic. I'm sure you'll agree. I think that's all the way in. No, that's all the way in. Yes, this is absolutely fantastic, this Mechanoid. And I give it, because it's a real deluxe figure, I'm going to give it a 15 overall mark because of everything it does. I'm giving it a 15 over 15, meaning this set, this chase set, includes these 3 figures, gets a well-earned 35 out of 35. It is a fantastic set. I definitely recommend trying to get it while you can. Might be a bit hard now, but I got it from ForbiddenPlanet.com because Forbidden Planet International.co.uk couldn't get it anymore. They said they can't get any more, but they might have changed their minds now and got some, but whatever. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I'm off to school now. Half term is over, unfortunately, but oh well. I'll be home next weekend. I doubt I'll be home on Thursday, but I might be. Most likely next weekend. I will hope to do a review then, and whenever I do a review, my next review will either be the Leela and Fendel set, Fendeline, or most likely, if it arrives in time for the weekend, I will put this one first. Davros and the destroyed Imperial Dalek from in Remembrance of the Daleks. I've ordered that along with another 2010 Comic Con 11th Doctor and Dalek Scientist to have Min and a 3rd Doctor Sea Devil that I found on Forbidden Planet International for a good price. So next review will most likely be Davros and the Dalek, and if it's not, it'll be Leela and Fenderleen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys, and I definitely recommend this set.